Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Etheria restart video. So in today's video, guys, I wanted to go over a decent starting team for people to progress through the game on day one. I wanted to get you, a little bit of a head start one day prior to global launch, because then I'm going to be putting out a bunch of videos once I have access to the game and I'm progressing, and I can tell you about progression as we go along. But prior to that, as soon as you open up the game gives you these 5 starting characters. It's not all at once, but eventually this will be your starting team. Now, the nice thing is, with this starting team, 4 of the 5 characters are actually good. Leon, which is your SSR DPS starter, she's very good. You're going to use her a lot. You're probably even going to use her for the first 2 weeks of the game, and then she'll be more specialized. Gray, he's an SR character that gives you crit rate buff, and he also puts a defense down AoE. Very good. Dorothy is your healer. She's actually a little bit different than most healers, where she scales off of attack. But in the end, you'll replace her after 7 days. But I'll talk more about that on my videos, coming global launch. But for day one, she's going to be just fine. Kachi, which is a rare. It's the lowest rarity possible. She's a bit of crowd control and turn meter control. She's actually quite underrated. She doesn't get a whole lot of love, even though she's good. And then Sybil. Now, Sybil is the worst one, and she will 100% be the first character that you're looking for an early substitution, like right away, okay? If you continue to use her through the campaign, she's fine. She'll just be dead weight, in my opinion. I don't think she's very useful. Now, the nice thing is this game gives you tons of summons at the very start. There's going to be a whole bunch of codes and things like that. I'm sure if you're on the Discord or whatever, I'll try and release them as soon as I possibly can on day one once the game launches. So you're going to have plenty of opportunity to summon. Now, the game does have 2 really good banners. And depending on who you've watched, throughout this whole content creation cycle, they're going to be telling you a bunch of different things on where you should summon. You should summon on the, limited banner for Freya, which is a really strong SSR hero. Or you should just do permanent summon and see if you can get an LD character, or even do the targeted summon over here, where you can pick, some really strong characters. There's tons of really great options here. Now, if you don't want to do any of these kind of limited banners or targeted summons, that's okay. The game will, I believe, give you the chance to summon, just as like a task that you need to do to progress. And one of the rares that you could possibly get in that pool is number 41. This is a light rare, and she's a turn meter booster, and she has a really big single target heal. She's one of the great rares. Now, with the game giving you summons and you're playing a gacha, I expect you to summon. So whether it's permanent summon, whether it's targeted summon, or on the Freya banner, it doesn't matter. One thing I will say, though, is on the Freya banner, you do have Chiaki the Echo, you do have Kraken, and you do have Dinah, which are SR heroes that have a rate up increase on this banner. And all 3 of these heroes are extremely strong SRs. If you see any kind of character review or tier list out there, these 3 heroes are always fairly high up on them. And they're a great slot in to replace Sybil, okay? But when it comes to campaign, if you just want to keep it simple, you don't want to worry too much about, is this character good, is this character bad? If they're an SR and SSR, you can literally just slot in number 41 here. I have the name wrong. But like I said, she's a turn meter booster and a healer. And this is just a really good, team composition. You have your AoE. You have a debuffer and buffer, actually, because Gray gives you crit rate, while also giving you a little bit more DPS to go along with your Leon. You have a healer, and then you have some crowd control, along with turn meter pushback, and then you have turn meter boost or push up, and then another healer. This is going to get you through most of the content, guys, on day one. And then there's going to be tons of guides on heroes that you should be building, teams that you can use to progress throughout the game. My channel is going to have it. There's going to be millions and millions of videos out there. You're going to have plenty of resources. But I figured this would just be a really easy one to kind of build your team around. Now, I do have some infographics for Leon and for Gray, okay? Because these two heroes you're going to continue to build, whereas with Dorothy, Kachi, and Sybil, there's going to be much better options there to replace, especially if you're summoning on these banners. Like replacing Kachi with Kraken is going to be really good. He's an amazing CC character for sure. Even using number 41 as your healer instead of Dorothy is going to be okay, in all honesty. So there's also a bunch of great SSR heroes for healing. There's a great SR healer as well. But anyway, yeah, you're going to have plenty of options. So when it comes to Leon, though, okay, the main stats that you're going to be looking for, and this is later on in the game, the right side of a hero's gear, you're going to be looking for those main stat priorities and then these substats. This is way too much into detail, but I did want to provide this to you just in case you want to go back and reference it, 3, 4, 5 days in to the game. And then these matrices apply to the gear. This is, specific gear sets. Some of these matrices can't be obtained until really later on, so if you don't recognize them, it's okay. And then shells are like your weapons in this game, and I kind of give you a couple suggested shells to look out for. The top one here is very early progression shell, and then as you progress further down, these are shells that you're going to want to equip later on for Leon, okay? And then last is Gray. Same thing here. Main stat priorities that you should be looking for on your gear. These are the substats you're looking for. Even if it has one of these substats, you're going to be okay day one. Again, this is day one. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be enjoying yourself. It's not a job. I'm just trying to give some guidelines. These are his suggested shells as well and his suggested matrices. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys. It's a really fun game. I'm really excited that it's being released, and I hope this helps just give you a head start, let you know that a team like this or with any of these characters that I've mentioned here, there's no wrong answer. Just get in there, experiment. You're not really going to destroy your account, I promise, especially day one prior to all of the other content that's going to be coming out. All right? So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.